This program is brought to you by Fast Signs of Durango. More than fast, more than signs. Fast Signs.
For many brewers, beer as a beverage is a perfect medium to transport any variety of flavors to your taste buds. This week, Durango TV News heads to Cortez, where we explored the wild side of beer at the brand new Wild Edge Brewing Collaborative.
In the back of the brewery here, we've got used wine barrels that we actually got from the Napa Valley in California, and they held Zinfandel for 5 years. So we're trying to bring in some styles of beer that you don't frequently see in this corner of the state. Specifically looking at sour beers, which are a kind of an old world tradition. This is very old world technology. This is how people used to ferment and store beer prior to the advent of stainless steel. I don't brew true to style. I like to push the limits, and we are doing beers that contain wild yeast and bacteria, and just trying to bring some wildness to the local beer scene. Sanitation is the big thing, making sure everything is clean and sanitized before any beer touches it. But there's a million different variables that go into beer, and paying attention to how those variables end up manifesting themselves in your finished product. I taste it every step of the way. So there's a lot to pay attention to on the beer side, but that's kind of the stuff that gets me going, and I like all those little variables to be able to pay attention to. You know, wanting to be as a communal space as possible, we really wanted to be able to draw in and pull from all the great local agricultural resources that we have in this corner of the state and really highlight the diversity of what people produce in Southwest Colorado. The beer sits in these for about 2 weeks, and then we rack it into what we call a bright tank, where the beer sits for another generally 2 to 5 days, depending on the type of beer. We keg right off of it, and it goes right into our walk-in cooler. We have our porter coffee stout, Saison, Pale Ale, our second batch of IPA, and our Gosa. They're all full, they're just waiting for their turn to be tapped. You know, we tried to make this a place that anybody could come in and have a good time. We want this to be a very open community space. You know, we want this to be a place where you can come and hang out and have one beer, or you can sit here for 4 hours and have 3 beers and get to visit with everybody. The Sleeping Ute Mountain is one of the most recognizable portions of our skyline here. It's a great wild area, and that image really ties our logo to our place, which is something that we really wanted to convey, that this is where we are. We're in Cortez.
To learn more about the wild side of beer, visit Wild Edge Brewing on their Facebook page.